And we are live. All right, all right. How's it going, everybody? In going through YouTube, I saw a video of the legend Kevin Samuel. And those of you who don't know, the man did amazing interviews. He really understood the relationship between men and women. But a lot of people hated on him. And now listening again to the things that he was saying, I gotta say, the man is a genius. Let me add on X to this. By the way, my name is Noel here at Verbal on Life. Actually, I'm running this video on my new channel called Noel Nodechi Unfiltered. Right? So my name is Noel, and my co-host is Odechi. One of my goals in life is to get to sit down and talk into the camera, which is extremely difficult to create a YouTube channel and put yourself and talk. But keeping hope alive, she will be showing up. All right. Right now, she's in the kitchen doing whatever it is that she's doing. And eventually she will come and join us. But I got to get used to talking a lot. The more I talk, the easier it gets. That's how life works. In anything you do, the more you do it, the better you get at it. So in doing a YouTube channel, it's only going to get better the more you work on it. Here I am on this channel that has 3 subscribers. But you know what? I'm not going to give up. And it gives me a chance to just talk even nobody sees it. So like that, I can get comfortable just putting my ideas out there. Now, I moved from Harlem all the way to Pennsylvania because New York City is crazy. And I think once you grow up in the Harlem area, that's only an area holding you down until you make enough money to get out, to escape the city. All cities around America are dangerous. So the only reason to go to any city is to make some money and then leave. Hopefully earn enough that you don't have to go back. I definitely should spend more time talking about that. But you know what? For this video, what I want to do is take a look at Kevin Samuels having an interview with a woman that will call his show, because he will get a lot of people calling his show. He was famous. And of course, once you get that famous, you get a bunch of haters. That means you're doing good. Haters will hate, especially like the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne Tha God and DJ Envy. They used to hate Kevin Samuel so much so they even mentioned his name about how bad Kevin Samuel is. And there's another rapper, what's his name? Joe Button, who also has a podcasting show, and he brought in Kevin Samuels, who just dropped truth bombs. The man just did an excellent job. But here, I'm going to play this video, give you guys my thought onto what he's saying, if I agree, disagree. And let's take a look. Kevin Samuel. They're great.
Unmute yourself. Tamiko, you're next. How are you? Are you unmuted? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm well. Hey, Nicole.
Let me pause it while it loads. And let me say this much. If Kevin Samuel would have been alive, that man would have been rich right now, because he was one of the first people that started his podcasting game. And he had a lot of followers, man. He was making a lot of money. And he just passed away. No reason, just life. And it was a sad time. But let's see how he goes into this conversation.
We almost got $22 on your bus pass. What's going on, Trish?
Yeah.
See, the ladies on the back can hear this fool, but nobody else can. What do you got for me? Climbing the wall to get to men.
Climbing the wall to get to men.
Women want men to climb the wall to get to them.
Yes. I
Why?
really do feel like a man has to prove himself before you should be able to go in a relationship with him, because men have everything to gain. They could sleep with you and just
I don't know
use
why.
Men
you.
have everything to gain.
Let me pause and say this much real quick. Personally, I'm 45 years old, and I kept trying to find somebody, like find a wife, all the way to the age of 35. At 36, I want to say 36, I gave up. And I said, you know what? I am not pursuing women anymore. It is not worth getting turned down. The next girl that I date, she better pursue me and get me to think about it. Because getting turned down for all these years, and then everybody's telling you that you're a beta male, that you're not an alpha, that you're not that guy. I mean, I'm 5'7", which is super short. Can't even play any sports or talk to any girls because I'm too short. But going along with this, I should have kept talking and not given up. All right, let's keep listening.
Yeah, they have a lot to gain.
How old are you?
In the no man's land, according to you.
No, I just need to know approximately how, so I know how old you are.
35.
Okay. You're still in danger zone. But when you say men have everything to gain, what are some things that you're talking about?
And then also, let me say this. She's in the danger zone, right? What's the danger zone? I think at a certain age, women are it makes it more difficult for women to have babies, to have kids, right? And at 35, if she's not working with a husband, planning on having children, it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. You know, I think movies and television and all these commenting you hear on TV or on social media make it seem like you could have kids at 40, 45, 50. But I'm going through a divorce right now, and my wife that I'm divorcing is 35. So I'm thinking, what I'm noticing is that she doesn't care, right? She has all the time in the world. She likes to date a lot of men. Therefore, divorced me and now going back into the dating scene. So in the danger zone, but I don't think she's looking forward to like settling with anybody. Right now, it's just enjoying life.
I feel like a lot of times men, they're not emotionally invested in relationships, and they can, if you just come
what are
out
some of the things men have to gain? You said men can have a lot to gain, such as?
if you're not.
Oh, and by the way, one of the reasons why I got married was I wanted to have children. And then after we were married for 6 years, after like 5 years, she didn't want to have any children. She doesn't want to have any kids. So then I started to lose interest. Like, then why are we married? What are we doing here? Right? Like, what's the point? Like, I want kids so I can leave an inheritance and all that mumbo jumbo, helping somebody else out. But helping somebody else out, my children and my wife, not no strangers, but look to gain that. And the ex-wife said, no, I don't want any children. So I'll say that much.
Relationship with a woman that is nurturing, that can take care of you, you would have someone that, would take care of you, cook, clean,
Okay, let's stop. Okay. If a relationship was with a nurturing woman, she could cook and clean. Okay. Cooking and cleaning. I will tell you, at 51 years old and all the women I've ever dated in my life, 2 of them could cook. So most women today can't cook. And cleaning is 50-50. What else does a man, could he gain?
My ex-wife, she knew how to cook, but very basic. Like, she didn't want to cook. She doesn't like to cook. So don't even ask. In cleaning, she hated to clean. Like, you want to clean the house, you better pay somebody. So went through that hell. So no kids, no cleaning, no cooking. That was just headed toward disaster.
I mean, you know that women are the prize when it comes to sex. You know this because we are not the ones with high.
No, I know this sex No, I know that you and a man can exchange orgasms. So a man is not getting something, you're both getting something.
No,
Oh,
no,
yes.
no.
Yes. You're not a see, you're a prize if you're a virgin.
What? No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. You don't have to agree, but the men get to say what it is. And see, this is what you ladies don't seem to like. You cannot rewrite the rules because men get to decide whether or not they're going to move on those rules. I ask you what men stand to gain, and you seem to be struggling to tell me what they're gaining.
I'm not struggling telling.
A headache, another problem coming home to another argument, not living in rest. I just want to rest at home before I got to go back to work. It's horrible when you go to work and then come home to do more work. Oh, man.
You what they're gaining.
Okay,
They
well,
are-
cooking possibly, cleaning possibly. And you said women are the prize when it comes to sex. I say both people have sex. You're exchanging orgasms. You're not a virgin, so you're no longer a prize.
you no.
Do you have any
know-
children?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you're in the minority. A woman with children certainly can't talk about a prize being in sex. What else would we don't have to agree, keep on. What else would a man stand to gain?
I mean,
And you know what Kevin Samuels is saying? A lot of people are afraid to say because they don't want to get canceled. All right. They don't want to get blocked. Like a lot of websites block Kevin Samuels. They don't want to deal with Kevin Samuels. Because when you speak the truth like he does, oh man, especially during that time period where people were getting canceled left and right. But Kevin Samuels still kept going. Crazy.
Come on, you said
guess-
a lot. There's three things. You said a lot.
I mean, don't you guys want a companion, somebody that
We
could
we
be
can buy a
the friend?
dog. We can get a dog. We can go have a horse. We can hang out with our buddies. See, let me go ahead and so I gave you an opportunity to tell me all these things since you said a lot. And I said you were struggling. You told me you weren't. At best, you could give me three of one of the three which is split. So at best, you gave me two, and it's arguable that most women can't cook today. So, and then cleaning is 50-50. So what you're saying, even based upon what you're saying, the a lot really isn't that much. Let me tell you what women stand to gain. After marriage, if there are children, a woman walks away with custody 90+% of the time, which includes child support. That's a financial gain. If there's property, income, depending upon the state, women can walk away with spousal support. Women can walk away better from a divorce financially, and men tend to walk away less, if not ruined. It is rare to see a woman walk away from divorce in this country in a worse position.
You know, one of the things that I'm going to tell, I have a son, he's 16. I think wedding ceremonies are cool, right? If the wife wants to have one, like a big ceremony, food, party, everybody dancing, cool. But getting the government involved by signing marriage papers, yes, you are in a position where you could get ruined. And she takes everything. Right now, I'm going through a divorce and she wants half of everything. So we're in the middle of a debate. And let's see what she leaves me with. Like, what do I get to keep? Do I get to keep my house, my car? I don't know.
I mean,
Hold on. And then if you get spousal support, that is in that goes on until a set date or until you remarry. Ma'am, those are concrete things. And also, you also could tend to get half of all property, not just gained during the marriage, possibly outside, possibly before the marriage, depending upon the man's relative wealth. Jeff Bezos had to give up half of his fortune and he made at Amazon, and his wife ain't delivered one package. Dr. Dre's wife was trying to get half of his income, and she has not made one beat. Ma'am, the things that women stand to gain out of a marriage far, far, far exceed the few little things you tried to say. You gotta admit that.
You know what? Yes, it is true. But coming to Jeff Bezos, him and his wife started Amazon almost together.
Ma'am,
They were
I don't
married.
care if it's Jeff Bezos, Dr. Dre, Johnny Carson. You can anecdotally find things where there may have been bilateral contribution, but for the most part, it's not that way. Man, what I did is I took my feelings out of it. And I gave you some ironclad things that women tend to gain, and they tipped the scales greatly. The things you gave me didn't even make a dent.
You know, some girls look at guys at the goal, like their bag. Like the goal is to get their money. The goal is to put them in that situation where if they sign a dotted line, I just hit the lotto. I'm gonna divorce him and get my 50%, get my alimony, you know, and get everything that Kevin Samuel just said. And also, it doesn't go through every state. Every state doesn't have those same rules for alimony and divorce. But I know California does, maybe New York, and those are the big cities that you got women that do that. The government incentivizes women to just get a divorce and get alimony and not to worry.
I still have something to say about all you say we're gaining. But
I don't care about. Okay, tell me about what men are gaining. You said men gain a lot, and you haven't told me. Cooking, maybe. Cleaning, maybe. Sex, half and half. What else?
Your womb, if you give them children, your womb, and also, I mean, look, and coming to the divorce, I have something to say about that. If women like were married for a long time to this guy, to me, I feel like they deserve it, because if they were married,
See,
for
guys,
like
what I'm trying to get you to understand is you're now going to my points. Don't go to my points to try to make your points. I've given you multiple opportunities to tell me. First, you said men gain a lot. That's what you said. And I gave you multiple times chances to tell me what a lie, and you can't. Now you're trying to change my points to your point. And what you're showing is that men have far more to lose and women have far more to gain. And you can't even make a reasonable argument about that.
no, children.
Your argument rests on sex.
I mean, for example, my main idea was to get together with a woman that want to build an empire, right? Our life. We got something that's built on it. Build kids and build wealth for the family, right? You and me and the kids is the family. Yeah, but then afterwards, the demon came out, like warning me that I better behave or we're gonna get a divorce, and ended up getting a divorce. So it was like not what I had in mind. My dogs are barking. Yeah, so actually I can't say much because I'm going through the divorce. I don't have anything that I say can be used against me. So let's just keep watching.
Children mean if she stays in the marriage, yes. But we have a divorce rate of in excess of 50%, where women are filing divorce at 70%, in the Black community 80% of the time. So that's no guarantee. As a man who was made a part-time father, a weekend dad, I will tell you, most men have to pay for children that they cannot even raise. Man, you're just simply wrong. It's a bunch of feelings.
I just don't.
You're 35 years old. You're 35 years old, and you're giving me a bunch of feelings. Give me some facts on what men stand to gain.
Wow. Okay, so it's all about money. Just because women could gain.
No, what you're showing today, what you're showing is women in your example are relatively worthless in your example, because you can't tell me what they're bringing. You're saying cooking. If they cook, most people aren't cooking these days. You know that, and I know that. I've told you, most women I have dated in my life cannot cook. Do not like to, they cannot.
Okay, I said children and companionship. Those are really important. If you take out cooking, okay, fine.
I mean, women are the baby makers, right? You need one if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for kids, that's the way to go.
But children and companionship is very important in someone's life. I feel
Well,
like
but give me something that you're getting from companionship, but you also get a companion. Everything you're giving me that women bring to the table, she's also getting from a man. You said sex. She's also getting sex from a man. You say companionship. She's also getting companionship from a man. In my examples, it's all coming from a man. Uh-oh.
your examples only apply for divorce.
Well,
For
that's the only
divorce.
thing we can really talk about. We can't talk about boyfriend and girlfriend.
We
That's
can
what
talk
matters.
about if they're in the marriage and it's
We're talking about climb the wall to get to me to become a wife. I don't do the boyfriend girlfriend deal with because that allows you ladies to continually be vague and deflect. I talk about something that's verifiable that I don't have to worry about my feelings, that you and I both can look and agree on the facts. And what you've just showed is everything that women in your example are bringing is something that's shared. Sex is shared. Companionship is shared. What are women that are bringing to the table that men can't, that are not getting reciprocal from a man?
Okay. Well, you said it's all shared, right? So the only
No,
thing
I'm
that
saying
the
everything
man-
you've talked about is.
okay, everything I said is shared. The only difference this man has is money. That's the only thing.
What do you mean the only thing? What do you mean the only
Yeah,
thing? If it only thing that no, don't say the only thing.
Like it's nothing. Money gives you freedom. Freedom to do so much, to tell the wife you could work if you want to. You don't have to. You want to go places. We could go anywhere. The more money, the more freedom. My opinion.
Only thing is major. See, no, you're not gonna do that shit. The only thing, if it's nothing, then don't take it. It's not the only thing, it's major. And that's why that's why many women, wives are doing what they're doing because there's a financial incentive to leave your husband. Ma'am, thank you for proving my point because I've given you many chances to prove and you've done a pretty poor job.
She's gone. A lot of women don't want to point out the obvious. The financial benefit.
Why was that necessary? Because she came in saying that men are gaining a lot from women. What? This is a 35-year-old woman. This is a 35-year-old woman telling me that men are gaining so much. What? What are they gaining? And the first thing out of her mouth was the first thing that comes out of women's mouth: sex. Ladies, listen and listen well. Your sex is not as valuable as you think it is because your sex is not special like it used to be. Many women today have body counts in excess or higher than a lot of men. What's special about a woman who's had double digit, some case triple digit partners? Personally, I don't judge, but this is what men are saying. Ladies, I said you're not a virgin. And there's a
triple digits, over 100 partners. That's insane. She must be beautiful.
cost to this independence and freedom and free sex and free love. There's a cost to it. Men don't value your sex like you want them to. And that's what she was having a hard time accepting. You can smile, unmute yourself. No, you want to talk. Men don't value it like you want it to. Unmute yourself.
You got another one.
Unmute yourself. This is gonna sting a little bit, but
Who gave him that fade?
no. I gotta ask you a question. Men don't value women's sex like you think they used to.
Look, for so many years, if that was the case, why is it that women were the ones you always see on commercials? We're the ones we see on music videos, twerking, doing all this.
What are you talking about? Men do not value individual sex, ma'am. I said sex. Okay.
Yes.
If you have okay. Let me just get real basic with you. This is a real basic example. In a sexual transaction, how much do you think one sexual transaction a woman should charge for one sexual transaction. Let's just say we lived in bizarro land
Put a
and
price.
men had to pay for it. Okay. Men had to pay for it. Even in healthy, functioning relationships, right? You had to pay for it.
Yeah.
How much do you think a man should have to pay for?
It's funny. My ex-wife, towards the end of our relationship, said, you're gonna pay me $1,000. I said, oh hell no. I don't got that kind of money.
One sexual encounter with a woman?
For one sexual encounter, I mean, a lot. Because if it
Give me the
didn't
number.
happen-
No, not a lot, ma'am. Nope. I don't want you to ramble on until you give me a dollar amount.
It depends on if they have the sex available.
I don't want to hear this bullshit. Give me a
And we are married. She said $1,000. So I've heard that.
dollar amount.
A dollar amount.
Yes.
If there are not many women, if
Give me a
Yeah.
dollar amount. Ma'am,
okay,
I'm trying to
I
have a conversation that we can both understand, but give me a dollar amount.
don't even know what to put on this. Honestly, it's just weird.
Well, not
But-
really. This is how men think.
This is really mess. I know. Maybe I would say $5,000. That's what I would say.
5.
So, $5,000. So what
Yeah.
I need you to do is I need you to go to, what city do you live in?
Sally.
Right. I need you to go to any place where prostitution is rampant. Even I need you to go onto a website, Eros, EROS, Eros. It's a countrywide site for escorts, high-end prostitutes. And I need you to go look at what these women are charging for one session with them.
Beautiful escorts. They got to be gorgeous. I'm assuming it's going to be less than 5. Let's see.
And these are escorts. It ranges anywhere from $150 to possibly $600. And that's high-end escorts. I'm going to tell you what most women, especially if they work in the streetwalker profession, they will tell you they're getting about $40. And this woman said $5,000. So what you basically said, ma'am, is that if a man is making $50,000, he can have sex with his wife 10 times a year. You're out of your fucking mind. This is what I mean. You ladies think your vagina is rare. I got news for you. The female comes standard with a vagina. And unless it's a virgin, it's not as valuable. But even if she was being facetious at saying 5,000, the thing is, what we do know is it wasn't 50. There was no way in hell she would have gave a number close to being $50. And this is how much they really believe their vagina is worth.
It's crazy because he's comparing her to a streetwalker. That's like the bottom of the bottom. And those girls are doing it for $50. And they got to be scary because they're in the streets. So God only knows what other cookaboogers they may have. But 5,000, wow.
35. Man,
That question wasn't a question I could answer.
get it?
though.
What? There's a question you couldn't answer?
Because it depends on the circumstances of the situation.
Of course,
and
ma'am.
the
But
other things.
but if I asked you how much a hamburger costs, you could give me an approximate value. If I asked you how much a home costs or a car costs, you can give me an approximate value. There are always variables, but in general, if I told you a hamburger was $700, you'd say that costs too much. But if I said it was $5 or $3, you'd say.
But you also feel that if it's too low, she's probably sick or there's got to be a problem. And if it's too high, yeah, it might be like the best. And I wish I had that kind of money when it's a high number. Just feels healthier.
Yeah, that's about right.
Because
There
I
are
feel
always variables. There's a high end, there's a low end, there's a high end Kobe beef that's $400-$500, and then there's 99-cent McDonald's. But there's always somewhere in the middle. And what you're telling me is $5,000 is an average, because I said an average cost. And honestly, ma'am, I believe that you honestly think
Right?
your vagina and women's vagina is really worth that. And it's
Because
simply,
these are people. These are not burgers.
I don't give a
These are-
shit, ma'am. This is I get it. See, it's people. But what you ladies don't seem to realize is with the women's movement, with freedom comes responsibility. You now have free love. You can choose who you have sex with, who you have a baby with, and now you have lowered the price of vagina on the market. It's lower. See, a man used to have to either get married to have access to a vagina or
Right.
go to a prostitute. Now he could swipe left and swipe right. The price of vagina, if it was on the stock market, would be a penny stock. Down to
Oh my God.
this is you may not like it, ma'am, but you cannot tell me that you think a man would okay, $5,000. So let's say somebody was going to date you. They took you out on a nice date in Dallas, a nice steakhouse, $300. What you're telling me is they'd have to take you to basically a steakhouse roughly 17 times before you'd have sex with them. You're crazy.
He's quick with the
And see, the
math.
problem is when you start making women put numbers on stuff, it takes it out of the feelings and it gets it real. And
I feel
because
you shouldn't
most
put
women are so
numbers on something
innumerate,
like that.
huh?
I don't feel like you should put numbers on something like that, though. I don't think that
Why
you
not?
could apply that to numbers.
Why not? You putting up wait a minute. Pimps and escorts and pimps and prostitutes and strippers, they put numbers on it. They do. OnlyFans, they put numbers on it. They do. I mean, I'm a grown up. I don't know about you're 35. You're a grown up. People put numbers on sex, and you do too. There's a number in your head where you say, you know what? I'm not going to sleep with a man until we go on at least this amount of dates. There's a number in your head. We got to go on this amount of dates that with this amount of places and this amount of non-sexual contact. There's a number. And see, men just want to get to that number. And what you ladies are realizing is, like it or not, there's a number, and it ain't as special as you think it is.
It shouldn't be more than 2. 2 dates, and that's a lot.
Because the reason ain't nobody gonna climb the wall to get to you is because somebody else has got $40 on it. And I'm saying the women I deal with, but I'm saying the bottom line is if you want to charge more, you're gonna have to be able to articulate why it's worth more. And what you haven't told is why somebody should pay you $5,000. What is your sex 1,000 times better? 100 times better
And
than
my personality, the way I engage the person, the
is
way
your
I
sex 100 times better?
it
If
doesn't
50
have to be the sex. It
okay,
could be
but we're
other
talking
things.
about sex, man, right now. Is your sex worth $5,000? Is it worth 100 times more than $50?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I think so because I feel
Oh,
I'm worth more.
okay,
But even that's
okay.
not even a good.
Oh, okay. Then who has paid you? Okay, then I would see. This is a problem. She really believes this, dude. She's offended, and the thing is, all the men know exactly what I'm talking about, and you ladies, I think many ladies probably think like it's her, it's me, it's my body. I'm sorry, man, you're not a virgin, and women have charged one man one. That's the problem many men have with dating today. You're charging one group of men one sexual price and another group of men another sexual price. And then you want every man to believe it's special.
I think that they charge it depending on the man, like the man's status. Is he like the CEO of the company? Can he afford those big numbers? Because that means she's dating only those men who are at the high end market, right? Because you're not going to charge as much for the regular guy making $50,000. Like the guy just he gotta have what's it called? Spur, or he gotta know how to talk to women to convince you. But really no need for money because there is none. Right. So either the guy is a top-notch guy in terms of he's the one that runs the company, wherever it is that he works at, or the low guy, the super who just knows how to talk to women and get into their feelings and make them feel good.
You want the highest price on your body? Be a virgin. At 35 years old, ma'am. Oh, how about here's a question you can answer legitimately. No dollar value. No dollar value is necessary.
Okay.
Regarding sex, should you get more for sex at 35 than you did at 25?
But again, he's going by numbers. And the reality is there's some guys who really know how to spit game. And that's it. They're just that guy that takes over the room, the main attraction. They know how to do it. And they're going to be broke. There's some guys who are broke. I got a cousin. He's deported, but he knows how to take over a room. You know? Like people listen to him. He gets a lot of girls, but he's broke. Went to jail and got deported. That's all he did. How didn't know how to talk to girls until now he's dealing with pesos, no more dollars. So some people got it.
I feel like it should be the same thing because I'm
Okay.
saying
What product on the market? What product on the market maintains its value with age and use?
nothing.
Exactly.
A human being is not a thing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Object.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Better check slavery. If you don't check slavery, a human being has a price on him. You work for a company?
Of course.
Then you got a fucking price on you.
But also, there's some women that can be married to like a high rich guy lives in a mansion. And then the local guy that comes to clean the yard or clean the house ends up being the one talking to her, and she falls in love of how he is. So now facing those two obstacles, do I go with this guy who I just love speaking to and hanging out with, but I can't dump my husband? He's the one paying for everything. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. One guy broke, poor, was able to touch her personality. And then the rich guy, because he's working, making money, who's never there, but is paying for everything, doesn't really gain her attention. Or whatever money he's putting into the house, that's what she caters to or she goes with. So I don't know. It's a tough one, man. Some broke guys know how to talk to women.
It's called your salary.
That's my value, though.
Yes, to that company it is. If you thought your value was 10 times more, I guarantee you they'd show you the door. See, you ladies don't like to deal with reality. This woman actually said $5,000. Then she's saying, well, I should be able to charge the same thing at 35 that I charge at 25. No. You're 10 years older with 10 years more use and 10 years more mileage. And see, this is the problem. Women who are older think that they should get more when they're less.
We're not less, Kevin.
Okay.
Thank you. We're not less.
Yes, you are. Who gets to judge?
Yes, it's you guys that are going to judge us.
Exactly. And men deem older women less valuable than younger women.
Boom.
What country are you from?
What country am I from?
Country?
Country?
Africa.
Yes. Are you from the United States?
Zimbabwe.
Not really. I'm from Nigeria.
Okay. So I picked up an accent. That's why I asked.
Okay.
Are younger brides worth more than are older brides and the younger brides the same value? Hell no. Get out of here. You mad because the reality of equality has hit so many of you womanists, feminists dead in the face, and you don't like it. Welcome to freedom.
Well, I just feel like it's what you believe. So if you believe that you're less valuable, if you believe that you don't have value because you're not 25, then I feel like that's what's going to come to you. But I feel like if you believe that you have value, then you do.
Show me the ring on your finger from a high value man or a productive, competitive, successful man who's validated that.
I think there's a lot of women also that goes with their feelings and what makes them happy. Right? I'm broke, but make enough to carry on in life. And that's it. Just happy being single. Don't need all the things that other unhappy women have. You know, I don't want, like, a lot of women don't seem, but I mean, I hate to talk for women because I'm not a girl, but that idea of just going with the financially healthy guy, some women are just don't respond to that. They rather go with the broke guy that just cheers them on. But at 35, I don't know, it's a little tough. Although some guys don't care. They just want to run through it.
I don't have one.
Exactly. So you guys can believe in the power of sunshine, fairy tales, and leprechauns all you want. Men determine the value of women on this market. Welcome to reality, ladies.
Whew. Tough.
Well,
I'm sorry, you determine the price of sex in this market. Women have always determined the price of sex in this market, and I'm sorry, you guys flooded the market with cheap access to vagina, so the price went down. And now you want people to still pay the high price for a product that's not rare.
yes, they can, because Gucci is still closed. I could get a shirt.
You're
for
not
$5.
Gucci. You're Gucci. You're not Gucci. You're not. Man, I'm sorry. At 35, you're not Gucci at 35, man. I'm trying not to be rude, man, but come on. You're still trying to get Gucci prices when you are really at maybe the Gucci outlet.
No, what I want to say is that even if they have flooded vagina everywhere, that doesn't mean everyone is gonna be that cheap.
Man, I didn't say everybody, but I said in general, man. And the problem is and the point is, you're right. And the problem is the women who think they should be getting 5,000 when it's 50 are the ones that are gonna die alone.
And I mean, it could be a couple also of getting together, man, women who don't want children. How about that? They just want company for that, just for sex, and that's it. So that's a little tough one.
You just make me laugh.
Because Charles, y'all gonna die like Miss Havisham. You look, ma'am. I don't begrudge. If you want to say your JJ's worth $5,000, you're not gonna take a dime less. You have all the right to it. I'm not trying to tell you to lower your price. I'm just telling you you're gonna have few and far between and interested buyers. I mean, I asked you who's bought it, and this is a purchase, ladies. Who's bought you? You can talk all this shit, but who's bought you? You're from Nigeria. You know how this works. Now you're twisting. Now you're shaking. You're kicking your leg, and because you know what I'm talking. 400 years ago would have been 2 cows, 6 goats, and some chickens. Give me her. Is that not a price?
It is.
Exactly. And there's still the same price, because whoever would put a ring on your finger, if they did it, guarantee if there's a woman who has the same anatomical shape and who will get a smaller ring
I think she should have not put a price in it and just talk about other things aside from money, like companionship and how a person makes you feel. And that the money just comes naturally in terms of him purchasing dinner, purchasing a car, a home, and doing all of that. But not, most guys don't just give money for it. So the conversation is a little bit abstract.
A woman who has the same anatomical shape who will get a 10-carat, can't even hold up her hand. What's the difference?
There is no difference. You just got a better man. That's the only difference.
No, there is a difference. And now, see, the thing is, you say you got a better man, and okay, let's just take your example. Then why can't you all get the better man?
Probably, maybe people are not in a good place to find them or whatever.
No, it's because you women overvalue yourselves. You're far too arrogant. And you think you're worth more to men than you are, and men tell you what we value. You don't want to listen, and you want us to value the things you want us to value, and men simply aren't buying. The market is showing you.
What other options you guys have though? Like if all the women are not acting that way. They have to be with women at the end of the day.
They don't have to
So-
buy them. What's the option? They can rent them. That's what the option is, ma'am. The option is what the option. See, you ladies think that's the option. And guys, pay attention. That was the ultimate plan. See, it used to be, well, you got to come back to us anyway. No, men are either choosing nothing, or that's what this emergent sex doll thing is. There's guys are choosing to go overseas to try to find a bride over there, or sex tourism. Hey, ma'am, like it or not, you ladies act like you got leverage. Where are your husbands? No one's buying you, and you act like that. You gotta buy me, and that's how you act.
You know who's played it cool? Jeff Bezos' new wife. She went with the highest bidder, and she dated a bunch of men, or married a bunch of men, and she knows how to treat men to the point where they married her. So know how to play your role, I guess.
That's why you can be 300 pounds of purple hair, because somebody got to buy me. Nope.
Wow. Okay. So you said you can rent them. You can rent them. So you don't need to get married because you can rent them.
Yes. It's called OnlyFans. It was called Craigslist. It was called Backpage. It's called Tinder. It's called the hookup. Hold on. You're 35, right?
Yeah.
All right. 15 years ago, there was no hookup culture. There was no Netflix and chill. There was no swipe left, swipe right. 15 years ago, you still had to kind of go on a date.
Yeah.
That ain't the case now, is it?
Nope.
Nowadays, it is far more common for people to swipe left, swipe right, have sex first, and then decide after the sex whether or not they like each other enough to go on a date. That is the norm. That is far more the norm.
People sleep with each other first, then go on a date.
Welcome to the welcome. Okay. In the chat room, anybody want to bring this woman up to speed? Ladies, want to bring up this lady up to speed? Yes. It's called hookup culture. And when is your birthday? What month? What's your birthday month?
My birthday month is September.
So you just turned 35. All right. But you're on the back, but past 35, you're on the back side to 40. You are still, you have the middle-aged dating woman's mindset in a new dating environment, thinking that you can put a high dollar value on dating and thinking you can set your price high and thinking that men are going to have to meet it. They don't, ma'am. They don't. Because for every woman that's 35 who thinks she should still be getting the price of a 25-year-old, a man who has his choice is going to get with a 24-year-old is cool to just come by Netflix and chill.
You know, I wonder how much things have changed since Kevin Samuel did this. I think Kevin Samuel was in the 2005. So it's been like 20 years. Am I right? Oh no, 2015. Let me double check. When was this recorded? It says here 7 months ago. But this is just a video clip that was recorded 7 months ago, but the original one was years ago.
I'm sorry.
The thoughts.
Huh?
So, yeah, the girls that do the Netflix and chill when they first meet you, nobody takes them serious anyway, because that's really like.
Okay, yeah, this is what you say. This is what you say. This is what helps you ladies sleep well at night. What I'm about to say is gonna hurt. Nobody's taking you seriously either because you don't have a ring. So y'all can just knock that shit off.
Okay, wow.
It's cold.
It's funny how he gives people time to think about what he just said. He knows how to carry on a conversation, and he knows when he drops bomb. and shows weight. Oh man, that's a skill that needs to develop. How he does that. You don't have a ring. Let that sink in.
But it's true. Nobody's taking that. I'm going to wait second virgin. And I've told this to so many women your age who said, there was a woman on here on my Instagram who was in Atlanta in her mid 30s talking about she going to make a man wait. I think she had a couple of kids. I'm like, you out of your mind? And see, it used to be that somebody who had a used vehicle would realize that I can't get new car prices for this. And I just need to try to sell my vehicle to somebody who's looking to buy a vehicle. And I need to make the best deal I can, not try to act like it's better than a new vehicle or as good as a new vehicle. And then when they can't sell it for a new vehicle price, say something's wrong with the market. Because at the end of the day, as cold as this product things may sound, it has real import. No one's buying middle-aged women.
Wow. You know what? Well, that's what you, I know you feel like we're delusional or whatever, but that's just not what I feel.
I don't care about what you feel. Show me the marital rates of a woman over the age 35. Don't tell me what I feel. Show me the marital rates of a woman over age 35. Show me the marital rates of a woman over 40. Don't tell me about what you feel. Show me the rates.
I don't Google.
This is another thing. You need to start because you are delusional if you think what you feel changes reality. That's delusion.
Look how he paused. You saw that? He just pause and let that sink in. Changes reality. That's delusional. I love how he talks.
If you think what you feel changes the facts, that's delusion.
Well, I know that females and I have a lot to offer, and
you haven't said it. What is it, ma'am? Because I asked you what it is and you can't articulate it. I think that's fair. I'm not saying you don't have a lot to offer. I'm just asking you to articulate it. And at 35 years old, I'm rather disappointed that you as a 35-year-old woman can't tell me. And then you turn around and say men who date younger women, that's silly because they're young and they're this, they're that. They don't know themselves. Well, you 35-year-old women aren't any more mentally mature.
It's like the women that call in, they're not ready to have this conversation with the master, Kevin Samuel. Like, they're not fully prepared to answer every single question or every, situation that he puts them in. They're just not ready. And this man has had so many conversations and so many arguments that he's ready to throw down with anybody on the spot. No written summary, just talking.
But than they are. At least they're more fun and younger. And less demanding.
Less demanding, more fun.
Less demanding. Because there's something new with a younger woman. With an older woman, you likely already have a home, your car, you've been to places before, you've had more traumas, more relationships. Ma'am, and what you need to do is check your ego and listen to men because we are the consumers of the product that's a woman. And your ego, your attitude will not allow you to hear the truth, to make adjustments to get the outcome you want. That's why you can.
I'm a PhD.
Buy a dog, die alone. Or you can listen to what men are saying they want and have a shot at getting one.
What I know is that as I'm older now, because when I was younger, I would probably talk more. I was probably more talkative and I could do things that were like irrational, which I wouldn't do now. So I feel like that should be a plus. And guys should know.
But that's only after you're in a relationship. See, that's fine after you've been acquired for a relationship. You still got to get to the point to where a guy sees you, is attracted to you, wants to even vet you. The things you're talking about are relationship skills. You got to get there. And when's the last time you had a relationship?
like a year ago,
How long was it?
5 years.
5 years. Why didn't you guys get married?
Yeah.
We were married. That was a marriage.
And why did you guys get divorced?
Um, he he said that I didn't communicate well with him, or that I was like that I talked too much or something like that.
So did he file or did you file?
He filed.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Because you, ma'am, I would tell you if it's a communication issue, and based on what you just said, you're better now. I think you should go back and listen to this segment, because maybe you think you're a lot better out communicating than you really are. Because you just said that I'm better than I would have been when I was younger. That's relative. That's relative. You know, if you're making a 20% in a class, 35 or 40 is better, but it's still failing.
That's just that was his own.
I'm
what
telling
he
you, ma'am, I've
thought.
asked you many times to tell me what you're trying to communicate. Tell me what women bring to the table. And I said, you've done a poor job. I'm telling you that you haven't told me anything either. And I spent 20 plus minutes trying to talk to you, and I've got a lot of feel. I've got a lot of, well, I believe it in my heart, but it doesn't matter if you can't communicate it to anybody. And the thing is, if you can't communicate to a man what he needs to understand, he's not going to tolerate it. Your husband kind of proved that.
That's a different issue.
It's not
That
a
was-
different issue. Okay. Again, refusal to change, refusal to learn, refusal to improve. All right, man.
Again, Kevin Samuel is ready for war, man. He argues with the best of them. He knows what he got in his hand. He knows when he got a winning argument, and he punches through.
Going back and forth in a circle. This, anyway.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good night now.
Destroyed. Next. No wonder he always wins, man. He got them. He was gonna say, "You file for divorce, women always do," but because he did it,
All right. Well, I just don't get it, but I do now. It's like, hey, ladies,
you got both arguments.
make no mistake. You do not, DONOT, do not gain sexual marketplace value with age, experience, and wisdom.
What a crazy video. What a crazy episode. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What alarms me about this woman is this woman really doesn't have it together. She doesn't really understand it yet. There's a certain level of immaturity that she...
And there's a lot of women like that. 35, this woman 45 who still think that way. I mean, hopefully you don't get to that age, or women don't get to that age where they still think like that, putting such a high price on themselves that shut down every single man or anybody who's tried to get close. That is crazy. I mean, I dated a 45-year-old once, and it was a great date. She was good. And then married a 30-year-old. Then divorced when 35. She was actually 28 when we started dating, and divorced when she was 35. So then you go 6 years of hell.
She has. And it's just now on the other side of getting the outcomes that she wants. What's alarming is she was divorced by her husband. And typically when you go ahead and peel the onion back, peel the layers back on that, most men don't leave marriages. That's just the honest truth. If you were to calculate them, if you were to total up all the divorce people, what you would see is maybe 20% of that is filed by men, or even probably.
Typically, women are the one that file for divorce. So let me just leave it there. But Kevin Samuels, definitely a good listen to. I used to listen to that man all the time when I was younger. I only wish I would have followed through with what he said and avoided getting married. And it was my second marriage, therefore, second divorce. Why would I get into a headache a second time? That's insane. But I did. I think I know why. You know, especially after I became disabled, I said to myself, don't need to go through hell. I'd rather just live life. I got 2 puppies, best friends, call it a day. No need to look for anything else. But let me know what you think. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. This is my new channel called Noella Odechi Unfiltered. You can hear Odechi in the background yelling and talking. I'm going to get her to come over here and just sit. Actually, Odechi was my first wife. So isn't that crazy? After I divorced my second wife, I got back to my first wife. And now we're trying to work it out. After she told me she hates me, doesn't want anything to do with me. So I'm like, okay, let's just share a home together. And that's it. We don't have to like each other. Isn't that something? I'm in a relationship where we don't have to like each other. I actually prefer that more than in a headache than I was with the other one, with the second wife. Whew, the second wife was really a headache. Really put fear. Because now with the divorce, if I lose everything, don't even know what to do with myself. It would be the worst case scenario. 20 years of working as a school teacher, use my pension funds to buy a home. So if I lose everything, that would be worst case scenario. Truly would be. But let me see if I can find another video with Kevin Samuel. I hear my son in the background talking to his mother, aka our first wife. And let me go. This is my new thing. My goal is to go into the kitchen and throw everything out, clear out all the food that she stored in there because it's my house. And the food that she created looks poisonous. So right now it's just trying to stay alive. Ethan. I hate these flies. So many flies in the house. What the hell? Ethan. Yeah. Can you get the fly swatter? It's like a fly over here. It's pissing me off. The worst of the worst. All right, let me go try to manhandle the kitchen. Get the fly swatter. There's like flies over here. It's like a fly over here. He went upstairs. He just ignored the shit out of me. Dinner with a teenage son. That man is 16. Let me go see what's up. He doesn't get along with his mother. I'm the only one that deals with his mom. Hey, they're laughing. That's good. Wait, there's a fly swatter there, the white one. No, can you try to kill it? Can you turn it on and try to kill that fly?
I don't have to. There's food, and she almost suggested me to put the food in the pot. She might put the food in where I don't want it to be. I gotta watch the food.
I'll turn this on. All right, I gotta kill this fly. Our main goal is to take care of mom, who doesn't know what the hell she's doing. What a situation. Kind of find out she's mentally ill, but are we all disabled? I could take care of her. She does look like a model. Beautiful. My second wife, you know, the second time I got married, she was a 5, or she is a 5. Like a short, wait, maybe I shouldn't talk bad about her, but the point is, I figured nobody else wants her. But I was wrong. Feeling all like I could get another man. Like, sure, go ahead. Good luck with that. All right, let me go to the kitchen, see if I can kill all these flies. Yeah, so this channel that I'm trying to start, I got 3 subscribers so far. No, I don't know Dechi Unfiltered. My name is Noel. She's Odechi. I'm gonna get her to come on here and at least sit and look at the camera. It's nice to have something nice. It's good to have something nice to look at. Why not? And she doesn't have to comment, is what I tell her. Just sitting here, it would be great for viewership. I think men look for quality and content of what they say and things that are being said. And women go into judging between 1 and 10. What is she? So she's a dime. She's a 10. My first baby mother. I just got to get her to sit here. So I can have a 10 sitting next to me. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Part of the reason why I married her in the first place. I got posters all over the house with her picture. That's how beautiful she is. With that said, thank you for joining me. I'm going to try to come on here more often and just talk. I think one of the most difficult things to do is put your thoughts and ideas out there concurrently. So like anybody watching the video can follow through with what I'm saying. Not just jumping all over the place. I tend to do that a lot. Jump between different conversations and not staying on task on one idea. So just how to develop one idea will be great. It takes time and time takes energy. What time is it? It's about to be 10 o'clock. Here in Pennsylvania, 10 o'clock. It's 9:54 p.m. So I'm going to try to do this for 1 hour. Actually, the video was playing for an hour, but it was mostly Kevin Samuels talking. 1 hour show. I've seen podcasters do this for like 4 hours. I can't do 4 hours. Hell no. I'm going to try to do 1 hour. Why are the lights off? I just noticed that. This room is super dark. So many things got to change. Ode! Just called her name. She doesn't listen. How do you gain some more respect to her? Ven acá. ¿Quién pagó esta luz? De la sala. ¿Tú la puedes prender? There you go. They're on. Ven acá. Apaga todas esas luces. Yes, I'm talking to her in Spanish because she doesn't speak English. And she turned off all the lights. Nobody listens to me do that. Look, the fly's back. Damn it, it flew away. There's a giant fly coming around here. You know how it is? When you're talking, you feel a fly land on you. Life struggles. I'm going to go and get that fly right now because somebody got to do it. Oh, wait. My baby mother's still up. I want to go clear the kitchen when she's not looking. Or she could have the camera follow me along, but I can't. So with that said, see you in the next video. Peace.